insulated now. I'm just kind of cobbled it together quick to get some heat out of it. Finally insulated the hose. You can see the vacuum cleaner hose coming out. This is an old junk fan, that's why it's so noisy. Anyway, the air goes in over here. This kind of preheats it. I'll put some more, probably some screen across here or something. I can feel the warmth right there. And then the air is going to enter in up in there. It's cold out today. It's like 30 degrees. So I'm taking in fresh air here. And I'm getting about... Well, let's have a look. This is the air coming into the house. Now this is only a 2-inch pipe. This is a fish tank thermometer in here. I don't know if you can see that. But this thing is pegged, which is about, I think that's about 115 or something by this piece of junk. It's all I got right now, but it's definitely pushing out warmth. You can see it's got some push to it. And that will run for 6 hours straight. So I'm definitely going to put a bigger tube on it, but I just want to let it run now to get some heat while it's still winter. And then there'll be another hour where it just kind of idles down. So here's the broke down greenhouse here. You can see it needs work, and as I tighten it up, I'll get better and better results. But as you can see, you can't see much of the collector itself. You just see the silicone around the edges and the little bits of insulation I got there. Okay, here's the collector here. As you can see, it's dirty, it needs cleaning. So if I give that some attention, that will help some sun get in, get a few more BTUs. So the air comes in here, comes across. It has to go mostly over the rafters, so it'll bounce off the roof a little bit. I might lose a little heat. These don't feel particularly warm. As I say, it's in the 30s today. Now this is the edge here. As you can see, the shading starts here and then it creeps over. So for a lot of the day there'll be sun just on this part here. I gotta tweak around with some things, decide where the air should come in. I probably should have it coming in more down here, but it sucks cold air in from here, so that's actually warmer air going in there. I don't know, there's a lot of little fiddly bits like that to decide on. It takes a lot of silicone to fill in between all these. I was using some old crap. You can see it didn't set right, so I might have to do some more siliconing and stuff. I'm not too worried about air leaks down here because it's just gonna go up there. Now as the shade progresses across the panel in the afternoon, I really want the air to come in here, go up and across into the fan there. I don't really want it coming up through the cold zone. So it's kind of a weird setup, but it seems to be working pretty good. If you got any air leaks, it will literally push it right out. The cold air coming in will push the hot air out. It just tries to get out. So it's very important to be very tight, and that's why I got this thrown in there quick. So in the end, it all has to be really tight up to the top. But you just see it. You can feel it. The problem with the vacuum hose is crooked right there at the beginning, and it bounces a lot of air back. It's not really good for airflow. It seemed like a good idea at the time. And the next day, we're back into winter, March 21st. Here in New Hampshire, anything can happen. So I swept it off. The sun's trying to come out, trying to jumpstart the system. The corrugated makes it a little hard to sweep, but it looks like it's starting to melt off anyway. Any serious sun should melt it right away, I think. We'll see what happens. I don't know how well it's gonna produce in the deep winter because of the pitch of this roof, but I'll find out. And I'm not expecting it to be a super performer. It's more about using a roof that's already existing there to capture the heat that's just being wasted. Well, it's melting right off. Just need a little better sun and be business as usual, I think. So that's good news. Okay, it's 10 o'clock in the morning now. It's late March. You can see by my shadow which way the sun is coming from. It's hitting this thing almost dead on, right? Now this is not aimed true south, but it is aimed at the morning sun, which is a good thing because it kicks on earlier. So if your house doesn't face true south, that's a good thing, because you can set up panels along one wall to collect the morning sun, and then you go around the corner and you can set up panels along that wall, and you can collect sun all afternoon. That corner right there more or less faces south. Well, it's chilling off, and this thing's just running on residual heat. But I'm working on something else. I'm making, this is a screen collector. Plus I got an aluminum plate. It's thin aluminum, like they use for printing newspapers. This thing's kind of hacked, but it was all made out of scrap, so I haven't put any money into this yet. So the aluminum plate is behind the screen, and there's a couple layers of screen. I cut a hole for the air to come through because I figured the screen here would get all clogged up with dandelion sails or hair, dust, anything. And the same up here. And then check out this mount. I've been learning and making it up as I go pretty much, but I'm using coffee cans here to, well, you can see what for. And then the dryer vent hose slides right over the coffee can, just like that.